Hey guys, it's Lex1020 here, and I just wanted to talk about something that's going on in the gaming world right now that's kind of important, kind of a big thing. So here you go. As you may or may not know, which I'm sure you know, Sony is currently suing the hacker Geohotz for hacking and distributing the PlayStation root key for the PlayStation 3. And as we've been told, Geohotz fled, according to Sony lawyers. Geohotz fled to South America, and then Geohotz lawyers said he was just vacationing there, etc., etc. There's an ongoing legal battle. Sony's subpoenaed and has seized all of Geohotz hacking material, his laptops, etc. But yeah. So right now there's a attack on Sony from a group known as Anonymous, and what Anonymous is doing is, at first they just brought down Sony's web page. If you tried to log into us.playstation.com yesterday, you'd find that the web page was unavailable. Sony was claiming that it was sporadic, it was experiencing sporadic maintenance, and Anonymous is taking credit, saying that they caused it and they attacked the web page. I don't know I don't know the truth behind either of those at the moment, but yeah. And then so today, Anonymous was not satisfied with the attacks yesterday, and they said that they were going to start going after Sony VPs. One of the Anonymous posters said that he actually left chocolate rain on the judge's voicemail. So anyways, I think this is well, my personal opinions on this are that I don't support hacking. I don't support hacking with the intent of stealing. Basically, if Geohotz, it was same thing with when Geohotz hacked the iPhone. He was released or proven not guilty, I guess, of hacking the iPhone with malicious intent. Because what he did is he hacked his own property, and he hacked his own property, and he didn't do it to steal programs or to, steal Apple material or get money. He hacked it to just simply hack it and to make his own custom firmware and custom software and stuff for the phone. And so that's how he got off in that case, and that's how he was proven innocent and he won the case. If that is the case with Sony, then I have a hard time seeing Sony win this case if they can prove, or if Geohotz can prove, that he hacked the PlayStation without the intent to do malicious actions. Then I have a hard time seeing Sony prove their case against him. But the attacks by Anonymous against Sony and Sony's executives and judges and stuff, they're not helping Geohotz's case at all, because all that's really going on is that these companies, well, not companies, I apologize, Anonymous is attacking Sony with the intent of doing financial harm to them. And what that's doing is that's just proving Sony's case that the hackers are intending to do financial harm against Sony. And if Sony can prove that hackers are attempting to financially harm them, well, then it just makes Geohotz's case look even worse and Sony's case look better. Because what Sony is saying right now is they're saying that Geohotz was hacking them and selling the material he hacked, so selling the root key and accepting donations, and that he was doing it trying to sell and pirate PlayStation games, or do financial harm to Sony. And Geohotz is saying that he wasn't, he was just trying to make custom firmware and custom software. Well, what Anonymous is doing in their attacks is they are causing financial harm to Sony by attacking its representatives and stuff, and then bringing down the services which make Sony money. And this doing financial harm to Sony is actually, it's not helping Geohotz's case, it's actually hurting Geohotz's case, because it's proving Sony's point that the hackers are trying to financially harm them. As we can see, and Sony's case is strengthened by the PSP. As we can see from the case of the PSP, and statistics were released a number of months ago, that the PSP sales, so the PSP itself, just the sales, increased some 60,000% in the last year, or in the last 2 years. And that was because of the relative ease and of hackability of the PSP. It's super easy to hack a PSP. I personally have never done it because, like I said, I don't support hacking. But it is. I know it's super easy to hack a PSP, and then it's super easy to hack the games for the PSP. Again, I've never done it. But, you know, it's super easy to do all this stuff, and so people took to it. They found how easy it was to hack the PSP and to get free games, and they started hacking like crazy. And so PSP sales increased dramatically, but what happened is that software sales decreased by almost the same 60,000%, give or take. Because when people can hack the PSP and get free games, who needs to buy games when you can just hack them for free? So, and that's what Sony is trying to prevent from happening with their PS3s. They don't want, while I'm sure Sony would love to have a 60,000% increase in the number of sales of PS3s, they don't want that offset by a drop in software sales and game sales. So, that's what Sony is trying to prevent when they are suing Geohotz for hacking their system. They don't want people to take their system and do free games. An example of this is, if you remember when the hack first was released, almost immediately afterwards there were pirated copies of Castlevania Lords of Shadow released, and people had them. You can find a lot of these articles on the website N4G that I'm referencing to. I'm not going to post the links to the articles in the description, but if you just go to n4g.com and search pirated Castlevania games, you'll find the article for that, and then the Sony case files and everything are up on N4G as well. As well as right now in today's hottest and the week's hottest are the attacks by Anonymous against Sony. But really all Anonymous is doing is they're hurting Geohotz's case, because they're proving that the hackers are intending to do financial harm to Sony. Again, I don't support hacking, but if you are hacking your own property without the intent to do malicious harm to Sony, then I don't see much of the problem to it. So, like, if Geohotz were to buy a PlayStation 3 and then never sign on to PSN, because when you sign on to PSN you agree to the Sika terms and conditions, so if he were to never sign on to PSN, well then he just has basically a computer. He won't be able to use the internet or anything, but he has a computer and then he can hack it his own way. Once he signs on to PSN or something like that, then he agrees to the Sika terms and conditions for using their internet service. And once you agree to the terms and conditions, if you break the terms and conditions and you hack it and you hack the PlayStation Network, well then you're committing a crime because you agreed to these terms and conditions. So, I mean, it's this whole case is getting kind of out of hand right now. If we just left it between Sony and Geohotz, then it would be fine, but once you get other groups in there like Anonymous that come in and start doing these things like leaving chocolate rain on a judge's voicemail, or causing Sony customers to not be able to access their services, well, then you're just proving Sony's point, and you're not proving Geohotz, even though you're attempting to help him. So anyways, that was my rant. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Also check out my new channel. Alright, thanks. Bye.